what was the meeting with Putin and Epstein about? Because to push back a little, you are placing all the blame on the Epstein files on America, which is, it's all over the Epstein files. He did live in Manhattan and he had a resort in Palm Beach, Florida, one in New Mexico, and he has ties with the American government. But he also seemed to have some sort of Russian connection. Obviously, that's overstated in the media. People like Piers Morgan did try to insinuate that he was a Russian spy, which is blatantly ignoring all the connections he has with Trump, with Wall Street, with the Rothschilds, and with so many people in American financial and political elite. What was the relationship with Putin and Epstein?
So, to say the truth, I presume that some quantity of Russian oligarchs and maybe the part, not too big part, but part of Russian elites had some connections with Epstein network, and we need to study that because when we tried to unite with the West, and when our government in 90s above all declared that Russia, we are just the part of the West, this kind of convergency between Western society and Russian economical political elites started as well. So the communication between special services, the oligarchs, they shared their common yachts, they common castles, and there are some cases already investigated in Russian, the connections of some people of Russia inside of Epstein class, because it is universal, but because the West wanted to be something universal. We see among Epstein people, the people from Arab world, the rich monarchs, or the people of royal family, at least. So we see as well there some Russian oligarchs, and that is plague. That is a kind of toxic ambience or illness, sickness that was distributed through different societies in Europe, in America and Middle East, and it affected Russia and Poland and other countries. So, but the measure of Russian involvement in Epstein class is relatively small, not to speak about manipulation. We see clearly that is Rothschild's family behind Mossad, behind the very deep connections with CIA and other secret services of the West, but it is absolutely impossible to KGB to manipulate Epstein class, because the West is dealing with the phantom pain about KGB. The modern KGB is called FSB. It's totally different. So it could not dare to start something like that. It is totally defensive. It is on defensive mode. Maybe it is not so good. I would prefer to FSB to act more proactively, not just reaction, but we have what we have. We have this defensive attitude toward the West, and that is all. So the idea that Russian modern FSB be capable to manipulate the whole West, it is the myth of the Cold War. So that belongs to totally different epoch. It is absolutely non-realistic concerning modern day Russia. Russia is just in the first stage of revival. We just become serious, normal. We were totally out of ramp, totally confused during last 30 years. So we just coming into focus with the reality. We were paralyzed and seduced by the West. And now we are coming to our deep identity and roots, and we were totally incapable to manage such huge and evil thing as Epstein class.
Okay.